Well, everybody, it's a little late for me, but my solo leveling deck finally came in the mail. So shout out to Universes Games. They did not forget me on this one. They included me with the solo leveling mat. That's very cool here. This came in like a day or two ago, so I finally got to film the opening. It's over a week late, but yeah, I really would like to do this with the article I wrote for the budget upgrade, but alas, things are what they are. My post office is notoriously awful, so maybe I should get like a PO box downtown. Either way, the mat is so nice. I've had friends who they open sports cards and they wanted like mats like this. They're asking me, when's the next time I'm gonna get these? And yeah, I referred him to a couple places, but for sports cards opening, they don't really have like play mats, right? They just kind of open on a background, and he just thought it was like such a cool idea. I think he's gonna get one himself. He thought the dagger was like really sick, so we'll check that out. Check out Warren Sprague at Paradise Card Breaks, but we got the soul leveling deck here now. We're gonna pop this open here. We're gonna pull this out, and if you guys read my article at all, you know I'm pretty high on the deck overall. I think the design is pretty cool. Um, I understand that there's a lot of different ways you could go with the idea of leveling up, and I would have liked to see something a little more involved. But I'm like an enfranchised, deep deep strategy gamer. It's hard to actually boggle me down with too many mechanics, but I understand why you wouldn't want that to be the introductory product for like solo leveling's first outing into the game, right? So I think it's very cool. You got like the card gallery in this little book, so you know all this stuff you're looking for. You get like little check marks, make sure you got a full collection. Cool little stuff like that. They've got like the alt arts, which I think is probably the most important part about this, right? Is knowing what alts you're looking for from the collector's pack. So that's pretty cool. And then of course you've got the code to find a place to play. So if you're checking out solo leveling um, cards for the, I guess if you're taking out universes because of solo leveling for the first time, there's a lot of great resources there. So the collector's pack we're of course going to save for last. We're gonna push through the deck pretty quick though. I'm sure you guys have seen everything for now, but this could be someone's first time checking it out. So let me, oh, it's still taped. Thorough. Pop this open here. Now, one thing I have heard, I have the distinct honor of being so late to the party that I have heard about people who have foil lines. I don't think they're print lines, but it's like the foil lines are ruining their cards. So we'll see how that goes. If I can't get a hold here. Oh, the tab is like invisible. Oh, it's not colored. Okay, so there is like a little pull tab down here. Ooh, gonna have to edit this part out. Just kidding. Got that. All right. So there's a nice little pull tab. Slide this off here. Come on, help me out. All right. So there we go. You got your Sung Jin Woo, the E rank hunter. E, of course, being the worst of the ranks. He is the worst of the worst. And as such, he begins the game with the assassin skill tree, but he doesn't begin the game with any abilities. It's the skill tree. Where is it at? That's got to be like the most important thing, right? There it is. Okay, it's at the bottom of the foils. So the skill tree I want to show off next. It's very cool that it's foiled because it's going to be out the whole game, right? Um, but so what you have to do is you have to remove XP cards with Sung Jin Woo's ability to level up, and then you'll get the first time you level up, you get critical attack. The next time you get murderous intent, quicksilver, dagger throw, stealth, ruler's authority. There's a whole lot of text on these, but you basically go from you get like scaling damage, and then you get a defensive ability, a really strong one, And then you get a once per turn speed buff that's really strong. You can make a weapon attack into an echo. You get a once per turn zone change, which can be used offensively and defensively. And then Ruler's Authority is you get to start adding those XP cards that you removed to level up back to your hand. So an insane amount of card advantage by the end of it, pretty much, an unstoppable ultimate ability if you want to think of it that way. So very cool stuff, unique, one of a kind. Never anything like this in universes before. So the level up condition is very simple. You just remove an XP card, and then we're gonna start with ultra rare. This is the ultra rare foiling treatment, as you can see here. Very cool stuff. So Hunter's Dagger, 0 difficulty asset, has some weird abilities. You can give your attack weapon, so your non-throw attack can become a weapon, which is kind of important for Sung Jin Woo because he wants to do a lot of things with the weapon keyword. A fair amount of his abilities are gated by that. So this will allow you to play other attacks in your deck and still get the full benefits. And I think that's really neat. If it deals damage, you get to add bleed counters to this card. And then when your rival plays attacks, you can remove one bleed counter to make them lose a health. But it's capped at like 3 health remaining. So you can't drop them below 3. You can't even get them to 1. So it can't win the game for you. I don't know how much we'll see it, but it is kind of a cool Brewers card. And I think it's neat that there's something like this in the game to add keywords. So we've got Rare Teleportation Stone. This one's very cool. I've played MMOs, really just World of Warcraft, but I've tried a bunch of other ones. They pretty much all have, something like this, just an ability or an item on like a really long cooldown that sends you home. And so this card helps send you to safety. It sends you back to your turn by forcing the rival to play a non-attack card. So you get 2 of those at the rare slot. I think I shuffled the other Hunter's Dagger, but you should get 2 of those. But I think I shuffled it when I grabbed the Assassin's Skill Tree. So we got the Clash with the Blood Red for a rare. Probably the best art and maybe the overall best attack in the deck. It has a kind of random effect based on the top card of both decks, but both effects are really good. So it can be situational, but both effects are really, really strong. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see other decks pick it up. Then we've got Venom Fang Dagger. Venom Fang Dagger is a setup attack. If it deals, you can add all of its damage to your next weapon attack. So again, weapon keyword being kind of important here, being something that I don't think Hunter's Dagger can actually combo with this, because I think next attack triggers when the attack is played. But I would love to be wrong. Comment down below if I'm wrong. Or comment if I'm right to give me reassurance at night. And we've got World's Weakest Hunter. So this is the card everyone's looking out for from this deck. This is the thing that probably hinges a lot of your success as Sung Jin Woo on whether or not you are utilizing the effects of this card. So it's got 2 main effects. One is just EX3, which is still really strong. Starting off as a really fast attack, can force the rival to use their defensive speed reduction early, letting you use the EX later, which can help you play around resets really well. So high speed combined with EX does work out better than like high damage plus powerful, for example. But then also after it deals damage, you get to draw a card for each of your cards removed from the game. So if you remember, Sung Jin Woo is removing cards to level up. So really nice stuff, really nice synergy there. As you level up, you're going to draw more cards. Other synergies with it are throughout the deck. So very cool stuff. And this is probably going to be the one that you see played in like other decks the most. Next up, we have Double Dungeon. You get to ready it when you level up. So like throughout the turn, you commit it. When you go to level up at the end of your turn, you'll have this resource back on the rival's turn. Very cool, very cool. And you can also enhance remove it during your turn to level up, but you can't level up again that turn. So it's basically like an end the game style ability there. So then we've got the normal attacks here. We've got Determined Cut, Powerful 3, Weapon, XP, one of the cards you can use to level up. After your rival plays an enhance ability, they lose 1 health. So a little bit of a control style element there while being aggressive. We've got Enough of This, one of the first Frenzy cards. Frenzy is a new keyword ability that you play during the Blitz window. So it's a Blitz. This attack gets 1 speed and 1 damage for each attack blocked this turn. I think this is an underrated ability. I personally don't play decks that want Frenzy keywords, but it's definitely would have been helpful to me in the past. So I think once we can add Frenzy to other attacks, we'll probably see it be like really strong. But right now, the actual Frenzy attacks are pretty safe. Grasp for survival. You see he's clearly grasping out there. It's a throw, it's got XP, and you can block with it and gain some health. Probably very important for the challenger deck format version of this deck, but I imagine you swap it out pretty quick. Killing Intent, this might be a very meta relevant card, especially if we do get rid of like Vast Hybrid Chimera Kraken. Lost Sweats will play is probably the best attack when you're playing the challenger deck format in this deck. Wolf Assassin, very simple card. You get 4 of this one because it's a common, right? So Wolf Assassin, you get to pick up an XP card. It's got a solid body, 5 mid 5. You just get to add an XP card to your hand, and it is an XP card. Then we have Dungeoneering Armor. You get 4 of these. Dungeoneering Armor is just a simple damage reduction card. If it gets committed due to a rival's effect, you give the attack -2 damage. And then Tenacious, once it's committed, you can sacrifice it for another -1. So -1 in a pinch, anti-stun card. Next up, we have Fateful Decision. You get 4 of these. Fateful Decision is very cool because it has 2 different defensive abilities. It has -2 speed, and it has Give Your Block Breaker 1. So combine it with Teleportation Stone, and you'll have a pretty defensive turn, pretty defensive setup with Breaker and that stopgap ability, the big stop sign. Got Improving Skills, one of the better ones to remove with the level up mechanic. So in your stage, it is a speed pump, sacrifice 1 foundation for 1 speed. But when you remove it to level up, you get to build a foundation. So it's kind of like you didn't lose that card, but you really want 4 of item menu. 4 of item menu says after you remove it from your hand, you get to draw a card. That's for any reason. So there's some nasty cards out there that people might be playing with challenger decks called Tri-Gravity Beam that isn't a challenger deck. So even if you're just playing kitchen table, you want to join like a challenger deck tournament, they do those for side events, and they're very like new player friendly, very low cost to jump into. This card could help you out a lot against Tri-Gravity Beam. Just that 1 extra card draw could be the difference maker. Next up, we got Leveling Strength. To get 4 of these. It's another XP card. One of the most simple effects you can find in the game. This attack gets +2 damage. You get Enhanced Commit, turn it sideways, bonus damage. Next up, we get 4 Loot Box. This is the alt that I think, I feel like this one and the alt art should have been swapped. Here he's looking at the loot box. The alt art is just the box. I don't know. I don't know which one's better, more fancy. But I'd want him to be foiled more than just the box. I don't know. Maybe a promo. Ooh, I'm going the wrong way. Ooh. So this one's interesting. A lot of people like this card because it does 2 things. It does some wacky stuff. You flip it and you build a resource immediately. You get a resource from the top of your deck into play ready to go. But then at the end of the turn, you have to add that resource to your hand. So it won't focus for me here. But that is what it does. It gives you a resource. You'll obviously want to commit it. And then at the end of your turn, you'll get it back. Or it could be both turns, but you should probably use it on your own. And then we've got Serpent Scramble. Another really obvious, just a simple XP card. Or Serpent Scramble. It's got Breaker 1 and XP on it. It's a high block. It doesn't do anything in the stage, so just kind of a utility card. But not bad to have. And then lastly, we have Timely Recovery. Timely Recovery is a very, very simple card as well. It's a 2/5 XP card. You can sacrifice it from your stage to gain 2 health, or you can remove it from your hand to gain 2 health. So, nice little stuff there. Let's crack into these collector's booster packs, though. Um, the collector's boosters are probably where. Oh, there's the other Hunter's Dagger. I knew it was in there. I knew I just moved it around when I grabbed the assassin skill tree. Let's take a look at our collector's booster. So it says it contains 6 foil alt art cards. I'm gonna look through the little catalog here. We got the alt art card gallery. Does every card have an alt? It looks like it does. So Sung Jin Woo, obviously the big one we want. We want the chibi character card. Everyone likes the alternate characters. So that would be a good one. Hunter's Daggers on the mat. So I imagine that would be pretty cool to get. It'll sync up with your mat. Determined Cut alt looks pretty solid. He's got like the vortex above him. Oh, Grasp for Survival though? He's got the jaws of death coming down on him. And Clash with the Blood Red. I bet that looks really good foiled out too. Not that the original is not foiled, but still, like that art. Let's see, World's Weakest Hunter. He looks pretty strong in the alt art. Wolf Assassin, again, almost being eaten. Venom Fang Dagger definitely looks cooler. So all the alt arts look like it's him when he's leveled up, right? Like he's getting his ass beat. He's all bloody in the originals. And then in the alt arts, he's like a full-on anime protagonist. Let's see, what else do we got? Dungeoneering armor, okay, yeah, looks a lot better. Yeah, like everything, he just looks better in all the alt arts, right? Double dungeon is kind of cool. Leveling strength, he's just shirtless. The menus and yeah, like the menus in the loot box don't look that different. Serpent Scramble is cool though. And then Timely Recovery. Oh, he's like healing on a bench. Okay. So yeah, I think Determined Cut is a cool one. And I think the character is probably what we want the most. But Clash with the Blood Red is up there. So let's look for Clash and Determined Cut. And if we get the character, we're just like super stoked, right? We got our little pull tab on the side. We got 6 alt art foils coming down the pipeline. First up, we have item menu. Item menu is kind of neat. The menu ones, they're just like a different menu, right? Like they're not really that different. It's just different stuff. Fateful Decision. Look at that. Yo. Okay, I love lightning effects. So anytime a card has a lightning effect that's foiled out, I'm here for it. So I like Fateful Decision. I'll probably play that in some deck at some point. And now I'm glad I got the alt art. Leveling Strength, okay. That's for anyone who's anyone who's a big fan of Sung Jin Woo. Double Dungeon. Alright, this one's popping with the blood everywhere. This one's not bad, not bad. Determined Cut. Alright, we hit the Determined Cut. Now we got one more here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we got 2 more. Ooh. We got Determined Cut. And then, no, one more. Grasp for Survival. So Grasp for Survival looks really, really cool. I don't think it's going to make it into too many decks, though. Unfortunately, I don't know. It's a 1/4 throw that does something on defense. I don't know. Not bad, not bad. We got the Determined Cut, though, which by far is the best art of all the alt arts that we pulled. So very cool stuff. The foiling has come a long way in the last couple years. It took a while for the new template to really get like utilized to its full potential. But I think we've come a long way. All right, it's going to come out of focus now. Anyhow, that is the Sung Jin Woo solo leveling deck. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Sorry it's so late. I definitely would have done it sooner if I could have, but What'd you think? If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you're a new player getting into the game for the first time with solo leveling, let me know. Leave a question in the comments. And as a small time YouTuber, I got a little more time to reply to those. Anyhow, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.